Apache Prime. Was the last time that you've heard of the heli tier 5 Apache Prime? I think it's been a very long time, and especially because this tower for some reason has fallen out of the meta. It used to be one of the more popular towers in BT6, and actually I've blackboarded so many maps using the Apache Prime. It's actually crazy, but for some reason in the past few updates I want to say that it's actually been a very long time that this tower has not seen any actual good use. So I was thinking, let's make a video of the Apache Prime. Let's try and see how good it is nowadays, and then let's just kind of take a look at what it can do, what its weaknesses and what its strengths are. Well, first things first, actually we have to probably buy like a Dark Monkey like this, and is it even gonna defend these Bloons? Yeah, I don't want to be plugging the holes in our defense with like just Dark Monkeys because we need to get to the stronger towers. But let's go back to the Apache Prime for a second. I think we're gonna be fine in the next round. So essentially the Apache Prime has been rated in B- tier, and that is actually pretty bad. I mean, you would say it's B tier, it's not that bad, but it's actually kind of bad given that in F tier you have like all these farming towers which don't do anything. So yeah, B- is kind of bad, I gotta be honest. Actually, we're leaking on round 9. Let me fix this. What if we get a wizard over here? Is this gonna be a good spot? Probably not. I mean, as long as it attacks on the right side, it's gonna be fine, but I think it barely sees the track. Let's just try it. Let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, so much better. There we go. Alright, so let's go back to our Apache Prime, and yeah, this tower has just been falling off like crazy, and so I actually went back and checked what are the latest changes with the Apache Prime, and it turns out that this thing's, at least the last 2 changes, have been nothing but buffs actually. So the faster darts now affect the Razor Rotors. This has happened by the way a very long time ago, I'm just mentioning it now, but the faster firing actually does affect the Razor Rotors, which means that they do attack a little bit faster, so that's like a net buff. But I guess the reason why the Apache Prime has fallen out of the meta is because other towers became stronger. It's nothing to do with the Apache Prime specifically, I don't think. And finally, we get the rotation of this panel, so we have Rosalia like this. Actually, these placements are gonna be kind of exact, I'm gonna be honest. So we need to have Rosalia's platform just like this. We're also gonna get some extra damage from Rosalia, which is really nice, especially on a round like this one, round 15. We have the sniper set on strong. We cannot touch any of these guys, so we're gonna need to defend this thing. Oh, that was a nice sniper actually. We had the green here at the start, it was turning into a red, so there we go. We get done with round 15. Oh yeah, the early game of this map is just so painful. I actually played this map a while back. I'm gonna go for the triple dart, by the way. Actually, this is gonna be a 0-3-2 just for the early game. It's actually not that bad, but I wanted to play this map specifically because I wanted to showcase one of the Apache Prime's weaknesses, and that is the fact that even though you have this option of pursuit and the best crosspath is the 502, you probably want to micro it yourself, especially if the track is like this one. It has a lot of bends and curves. I forgot to buy camo. This map, man. I forgot to buy the camo upgrade into the Dark Monkey, so now I'm gonna have to pay for it by buying a Ninja, which is a little bit more expensive, but I guess this is just gonna do it on this one. Yeah, yep, this map is incredibly annoying. And actually, now that I'm seeing these purple Bloons, we probably need to switch Rosalia's. Oh, is that gonna be? Yes, that's gonna be fine. Okay, so let's switch to the bombs actually, because we're gonna have these lead Bloons on 28, and we're gonna have the panel close. So let me just buy the enhanced eyesight. In order we're gonna get to one more a chance to buy this thing before the next camo Bloons, but I just want to do it now so I don't forget. And finally, we are. Is the money gonna be right? Actually, yes. Look at this thing, $1,730. There we go. So now this is a chance to finally buy this heli. Even though I would have loved to buy this guy like under the range of 2 discount villages if possible, but hopefully this is gonna be fine. And we're not getting Rosalia's discounts yet because I can't click the Rosalia platform, but I think this is in range. And after this round ends, it's gonna be very crucial because Rosalia is gonna get level 6, and that means that she's gonna get the discount. So is this in range? Yes, it is. There we go. All right. So now I want to get a lot more discounts than this, so I'm actually gonna get a little bit greedy for these next few rounds. So I want to get both of the discount villages first, and then we're gonna go for the upgrades on the heli. So hopefully that happens in the next few rounds. So let's go like this. And now I think we can start buying up these heli upgrades. So let me just check some of the prices. So quad darts, $600. That is crazy. Wait, what's the original price into these guys? $865. And keep in mind the Razor Rotors are 1.9k, and we are gonna see how much of a discount we're gonna get in those guys. So I think this is the perfect timing. Oh my god, it was the perfect timing for the quad darts, but the panel closed. So when are we actually gonna be able to open this guy again? This is gonna be 37. This is gonna be 38 in the top left, and this is gonna be 39. Okay, so around 39 we're gonna need to save a bunch of cash and get a bunch of upgrades for the Moab around 40. Oh yeah, look at these bombs from Rosalia, actually just providing lead bomb power. Very nice. And this wizard that we bought, by the way, that's not like a futile upgrade. We are gonna use the wizard for something later down the line. Just see how we do versus these camo Bloons. Oh, this is not looking good though with the camos. Oh my god, no. All right, so I guess the wizard is gonna have to start doing the thing that I bought it for a little bit earlier. I bought it as a shimmer, guys. That's why I bought it for, because I knew that Rosalia is not gonna be in range of the camo village, which is gonna be on the right side, and we do need a shimmer so that she can actually push the DDTs later down the line, and that's why I bought the wizard over here. So let's buy the shimmer right now, and I think that this is gonna be fine versus these as long as we defend the backline. By the way, let me just kind of move the heli, and there we go. That's gonna be really nice. All right, so finally we get this panel open, so this is really important. So quad dart 600, pursuit 380. That's insane. Let's get the pursuit and Razor Rotors for 1.3k 3K. This thing costs 1.9K. Yeah, there we go. The discount's going to town. That's really important. Alright, so I think we can actually afford it on this round. Yes, finally. And after you buy this, I mean, the game is going to stabilize by so much. We can even afford the bottom pad. That's insane. Alright, and now we can finally chill a little bit. Okay, so we have all abilities off cooldown. So I think that as soon as the mod pops, I'm actually just going to use the level 3 ability. Just get rid of these ceramics as fast as possible. There it is. There we go. We finally stabilized, guys. It only took like 40 rounds. Look at this thing. So now that we have the 302 Razor Rotors, this thing is just like such a complete tower for the mid game. It's actually insane. I mean, it just works well with an alchemist. It can pop all types of Bloons, and if you go for the middle crossbow, it's even gonna have camo. It's gonna be super fast as well. This is like the complete tower, I want to say. Yeah, let's just give it an alchemist. Let's just go for something like a 320 alchemist. Don't even overdo it. Like, just don't even spend that much money on it. It's gonna be fine. Let's watch it versus 49. So my prediction is that the Bloons are not gonna make it that far, even though it's like the most difficult round out of the 40s. I feel like this guy can in fact hold a bunch of these Bloons, and I really love the fact that the Razor Rotors are now affected by the bottom crossbow. It's just such a good change, and I think they also did something with the AI of the Razor Rotors, as in the heli is kind of moving itself a little bit closer to the Bloons so that the Rotors can actually do some damage. So yeah, I mean, look at this thing. It's clearing out all the Bloons, and just like that, we almost have the money for the Dartship, I'm pretty sure. I think we can actually switch Rosalia to last at this point, and I think we can equip the laser, because I don't think that we need the grenades anymore. I think just the mob knockback is going to be the most important one. And actually with these Rosalia discounts, let's see if we have the money for the Dartship. No, not yet. Okay, 19K. It's saving a decent amount of cash. If you guys remember, this discount used to be 5% when Rosalia got released, and they bumped it to 10%. So yeah, it's not like a huge amount of money that she's saving you, but it's still really nice, right? I mean, the Dartship itself is like 21,000, so you save like 10% on it, so that's like 2.1K, and then the Apache Prime is 48.6, so you save 4.8K. So that's a decent amount of money, actually. Yeah, but look at our 302 heli go, by the way. We do not have any strong towers at this point, or I should say for this specific point in the game. It's just Rosalia with the knockback. I mean, that was a good laser, by the way, which apparently when it's fully buffed, it one-shots ceramics, but the majority of the damage is just being done by the heli, and that's about it. So yeah, this guy is actually holding its own, and when we get to the Dartship, am I jinxing it, by the way? I think it's gonna handle all those guys. I'm not even gonna use an ability. There we go. It's gonna handle this one as well. I'm still not gonna use an ability. It's gonna pop all these Bloons. Trust me on it. Yep, I told you guys. Such a great tower. Okay, but we finally have the money for the Dartship, so let's buy it. And then take a look at the Apache Prime's price. 43.7. I mean, come on. It's not that big of a discount, but it's actually really nice. Oh, by the way, while the panel is open, let me get the strongest stem. And then do we have the money for, yes, Jungle Drums. Finally, a fully buffed Apache Dartship. Now we can take a chill pill, I'm pretty sure. And by taking a chill pill, we're just gonna relax and not do anything. We're not gonna be consuming anything of the sort. Alright, and just like that, we're around 62 now. I want to highlight around 63 because if I remember correctly, the Apache Dartship can actually beat the ceramics on 63, but it's gonna take a while and it needs kind of a longer track in order for it to do so. And one of the things I wanted to do is I actually wanted to switch to the bombs just specifically for that round, and I'm gonna have Rosalia on first, and we also have some of her abilities. So let's see how we're gonna do versus the ceramics. Actually, I really want to see the Dartship defeat all these guys by itself. Let's see how he's gonna do. Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't even close. Wait, what happened? Let's see how it goes on the second round of these ceramics. Oh my god, this is not even close. Alright, so it's actually been that long since I've played the Dartship, because I vividly remember this thing struggling versus 63, but apparently it's just owning it. Alright, I mean, my bad. I guess I'll absolutely take this, don't get me wrong. Alright, so beating these rounds like that was just a green light for us to not to worry about anything in the next few rounds. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go for the Apache Prime straight up. So 43 point, I forget how much it was, 43 point something. 75, important round for this guy, because if we survive the next few rounds, we do get the money for the Apache Prime, which is gonna be really nice. It's gonna happen before free play starts, but thankfully for this round, we do have some of Rosalia's abilities. So I'm just thinking, do we want to use some of them? Oh, I actually forgot to switch to the lasers. I mean, hopefully this is gonna be fun as long as we defeat these guys. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be an issue. Yeah, there we go. So we saved the level 3 ability, which is the most important thing for me because I wanted to use it on 76. As soon as we pop these guys, let's just use the level 3 ability and get rid of this round. And then the money is actually, oh wait a minute, is this? Yeah, there we go. I thought for a second we created a regrow farm, but no, never mind, it's fine. Alright, so when these BFBs appear, I'm gonna use the level 10 ability so we can get the charge going, and it's gonna stick itself onto these BFBs. So it's gonna explode, it's gonna take out all of these guys, or at least a good chunk of them, I guess. And now we can just wipe the remainder of these Bloons with the level 3 ability, although I would rather not do that actually, because 78 is incoming with the waves of ceramics, and we still don't have the money for the Apache Prime. So let's chill for a second. Yeah, let's just watch what's happening onto 78. And is the Dartship holding these guys off? Yes, it is. That's really good. Alright, that's amazing. And the money is just about there. Actually, this is perfect, guys. We are getting the money right now, and the panel is going to rotate in the correct spot so that we're able to buy the Apache Prime. So let's use the level 3 ability for this wave of ceramics. We didn't quite get all of them, but I think it's going to be more than enough, right? There we go. Alright, and finally, we get the rotation. So 43.7k. Bam. There goes the Apache Prime. Later down the line, I am going to be microing this thing manually heli, but for now, because the balloons are not that strong, I think I'm just gonna let it go on pursuit. One of the things that we have to do, by the way, is we have to buy this thing, the MIB, because it's missile attack cannot pop DDTs, and you're kind of missing out on some damage, so we should do that right about now, just so we don't forget later down the line. And yeah, let's just watch this guy go to town. I mean, it's rated B-, and just watching it go like this onto the free play rounds, you might be like, well, why is it rated B-? What's the deal with it? And I guess one of the reasons might be because it kind of starts sucking more and more versus these ceramics in a free play mode, because they become so much stronger. It gets overwhelmed eventually. If you go for the bottom crosspath, it actually cannot keep up with the speed of DDTs, which is also very annoying for like rounds like 95 and 99. And at the same time, that tier list is skewed towards expert chimps maps, and those maps usually have multiple tracks, and the Apache Prime is like one of the better towers, I think, the win condition towers for single track maps like this one. So yeah, you probably shouldn't even be using the Apache Prime on a map like that. So that's probably what's warranting the B- rating, if I had to guess. And actually, once we're done with these UMGs, we need to upgrade the wait, actually, do we even buy the overclock? Because I'm not sure you can overclock through the panels. I don't think so. So let's actually not spend money on the overclock. Let's just buy something like this, like the Sabo. Wait, could you overclock through the panels? No, right? I think I remember this from the previous video that I did on this map. No, let's not make that mistake, guys. So our first DDTs incoming. I'm not gonna do anything, but yeah, just as a showcase, look at how much of a trouble that was. 3 DDTs only for the Apache Prime, and the next ones are gonna be even more annoying. All right, so while we have the panel open, I actually set this guy to follow mouse so that we can micro it. You actually want to have it target down a straight line so that you can make the full use out of these, out of the laser attack. You guys see this kind of purplish lasers? I was thinking of trying to utilize like this straight line as much as possible, but as soon as there are some ceramics kind of incoming, I guess the attack switches to them automatically. So yeah, just take a look at what's happening. So round 92, and this guy, you can kind of start seeing it, right? You can start seeing it when the 45 balloons come out and the 45 ceramics especially come out. Yes, this guy is kind of getting a little bit confused. Thankfully, we have Rosalia to buy us a little bit of time versus these big balloons, but we're gonna need to stop the small balloons, which is gonna be more important than that. So I was thinking of buying something like a balloon impact, honestly. Just micro it like this. Let's make sure we pop these guys slowly, although Rosalia is doing a huge knockback and huge damage to them. So let's try and just separate the round so we don't get overwhelmed. You can see how this is gonna get tricky because it's round 92 and this thing may like halfway onto the track. All right, so 93 incoming and some DDTs. So let's make sure we micro this thing correctly and go like this. Let's use the Sabo for this one. It's gonna come off cooldown for 95 for sure. So let's use it like this. Down there we go. Then I guess while the panel is open, it would be a great idea to buy something like a relentless glue here on the side, right? So let's go like this. Let's make sure we use this spot because the next time we're gonna see this thing open is gonna be 97. So let's buy it now. And now here we go. So these are the beefier rounds, and I think this is where we need to start using up Rosalia's ability. So maybe like the level 10 ability actually. It can absorb a decent amount of damage, and just keeping this guy like this, making full use of the laser attack. This is probably how you're supposed to just micro this Apache Prime like in general, although I'm not doing the best of job. Like I'm trying to get all these balloons at the back at the same time, but we kind of need to move it on the left side as well, this vertical lane. And yeah, that was 94, and actually look at this thing. Look at this difference between 94 and 92. 92 actually had us here towards the top, and 94 was like not even close. All right, so this is the big one. I want to use this kind of vertical lane to deal the majority of the damage to these DDTs, so maybe use the Sabo right now and just try to keep the heli just like this. So let's try and do as much damage as possible, and then I think I'm going to use Rosalia's level 7 ability actually if we leak some of these DDTs and if the Sabo ends to the bad spot. But so far so good. Look at this thing. Oh yeah, you just keep it in line, and that's absolutely fine. And you know what? The Sabo ended, but it's not a problem. Or is it? Nope, that's a DDT that made it a little bit too far, but no, it's fine. Is it? Oh my god, I'm going to use the level 3 ability to just clear out all these guys. Oh man, these 45 balloons. Alright, so not that many 45s on this one. It's only going to be 45 mobs, so I think that we can handle this one, but 98 might be a little bit trickier than usual. So let's try and get rid of these small balloons first. Trying to separate around, so like pop some of them and then move it back, deal with the ceramics, and then do the same thing again. So let's pop some of them and then move it back a little bit and do the same thing again. I think I'm going to Sabo this one actually. Let's use the Sabo. Try and keep these balloons clumped up as much as possible. I think the relentless glue helps out a lot, and there we go. Alright, so let's move it back now to the ZMGs. I think we need to use the level 10 ability of Rosalia's, and we are going to actually have this thing absorb a lot of damage because look, the laser is actually hitting the ZMG which has a charge on it. So this is going to be a big explosion. I think it's going to pop everything. Yes, there we go. All the ZMGs popped. Oh, this might be problematic. It's probably not if we just kind of be very careful with this thing, and yes, I think we have it. Yeah, there we go. Look at these rounds. As soon as you deal with all these 45 balloons, not even an issue. Alright, here it is, guys, the big one. We can actually upgrade the sniper, I'm noticing, because down the panel it got open. So here's how we're going to start this round actually. I'm going to start off with the Sabo, and I'm going to buy the sniper to something like a 420 just so we get a little bit of a stun onto these guys. So let's keep it like this. I want to keep the ZMGs in place so that we can deal with the small balloons first, and then we can deal with the ZMGs. This is super annoying, by the way, with these 45 balloons, and I don't even want to use the charge actually from Rosalia. Now she's going to start attacking, so we're going to get some knockback as well, and I think just keeping it this straight line is going to be the perfect thing to do for this one. Yeah, so just make sure we're just popping everything slowly. There's a lot of BFBs left, even though we've been doing a decent amount of damage so far, but yeah, we are getting pushed back by these ceramics. Look at this thing. Oh, I'm going to need a knockback right now. There we go. That was really nice. So if we just hold on versus these like BFBs and just the 45 BFBs, actually, we should be fine versus the non-45 balloons, I'm pretty sure. Let's just kind of move it back as well. We have another Sabo incoming. I don't want to use that one, by the way. I just want to save it for 99. So is that all of the 45s? Please tell me it is, because these balloons are kind of making it very far. Oh no, we're just chasing ceramics at this point. I mean, we do have the level 3 Rosalia ability. Do we have to use it though? I kind of wanted to just use the Apache Prime only to defeat this one. I think we're gonna make it actually. There's a straight line here on the top side as well. I think we actually have this thing, even though it's kind of close. Look at these knockbacks from Rosalia. She's just keeping everyone in place. And actually, you know what? It was a good idea buying the 420 sniper, it seems like. Yeah, so no more 40 fights. It's just the Moabs. And I think we actually do have it. There we go. Finally, 98. All right, so we kept the Sabo for 99. Really important. And then we are probably gonna need to buy the call to arms for around 100. So let's use the Sabo on this one. Let's try and keep the straight line as well. And as long as we just have this like machine gun type of attack going, then it's gonna be fine versus the DATs. There we go. All right, then here it is. So let's dump all of our abilities onto this guy, and let's try and do as much damage as possible. I'm gonna save the level 7 ability actually, so that in case we need to like emergency intervene and just use it, we can just push back some of these DATs, because I'm not sure where this thing is gonna pop. I mean, are we actually doing it? I don't see this thing popping. Are you gonna pop or what? We're gonna get another round of abilities. The level 3 is coming up. Oh, wait a minute. Let's use the Sabo. Ooh, that almost caught me off guard. Okay, so let's use the level 7 ability, and let's use the level 3 just so we do a lot of extra damage, and I think we absolutely do have this thing, right? I mean, the Cold Arms is coming off cooldown, so yeah, we absolutely do have this thing. And yeah, that was the Apache Prime. So a specialist onto these single track, especially the longer single track maps. I used to use this tower a lot in the past, so I guess I would love to see it make a comeback into the meta. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.